And we suspect it to be a familial term. These two individuals, if they were unrelated, would most likely be husband and wife.
For centuries, people have speculated on Mary Magdalene's relationship to Jesus. Mary Magdalene appears with more frequency than other women in the canonical Gospels, always a close follower of Jesus. Her presence at the crucifixion is consistent with the role of a grieving wife and widow. And so perhaps Jesus and Mary Magdalene were married, as the DNA results from the Talpiot ossuaries suggest. And perhaps their union was kept secret to protect a potential dynasty. A secret hidden through the ages. A secret we may be able to uncover in the Jesus family tomb. We've finally been able to contact one of the original builders of the Talpiot apartments. Ephraim remembers the tomb, but is a little hazy on its exact location.
Okay, he says it's right between these two buildings. Let's try.
Between the apartment complexes is a large garden with high terraces, and it's in this area that Ephraim states the tomb is located. The neighbors begin to take an interest in the search and point out an inconspicuous cement slab on the lower terrace.
מה עם זה? מה עם הפקק הזה? זה יכול להיות תחת הפקק? Could it be under the cement thing?
Ephraim explains that the slab has no structural purpose, but he's interrupted by an almost prophetic visit from a blind woman who's lived in the apartments since their construction.
הנה פה, פה. זאת המערה?
זאתי המערה.
כן? איך את יודעת? איך את יכולה להיות כל כך בטוחה?
מה זה? אני זוכרת אותה. היא הייתה פתוחה וילדים פה נכנסו ויצאו ובאו וסגרו את זה.
את יודעת אם הם מילאו את זה עם בטון או ששמו חול בפנים או שסתם סגרו?
נראה לי שהם רק סגרו את זה.
זהו, ואת בטוחה שזה פה, כן?
פה, 1,000,000% שזה פה.
1,000,000% certainty. That's all we needed. If we could remove this inconspicuous cement slab, we just might find ourselves staring into the entrance of the Jesus family tomb.
You need everybody to help, right? Felix, you realize we're rolling a big stone. It's unbelievable. This is it. It's the real thing. I mean, I'm pinching myself. I can't believe it. Okay, come on.
Take a picture and compare, man.
Watch your first step. It's okay.
All right. Here. Sure. I can't see anything.
As long as I can see the very scorpion. One step at a time. No, just spiders.
Okay. Okay. No, this is definitely it. Look, there's the chevron. It's beautiful. It's just gorgeous. This is it. Look. Just like in the book. Just like in the picture. Look at it. Felix, we found it. We actually found it.
I'm going in.
Okay, that's good.
The opening of the tomb, 26 years after it was found, coincides with another twist in the story. One of the Talpiot ossuaries has disappeared.
Counting these, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. We have 10 ossuaries here. Each...
But the visits to the Bet Shemesh warehouse have turned up a strange error in the records.
I went to the storerooms of the Israel Antiquities Authority in Bet Shemesh. They provided me with this computer sheet which indicates that from this tomb there are 9 items. It says here quite clearly, number of items 9, and it has the description of these ossuaries and where they're located in the storerooms.
Somehow, somewhere, one of the Talpiot ossuaries went missing. And it is with this missing ossuary that a new mystery begins. Perhaps the ossuary was stolen. Maybe a worker at the site in 1980 had light fingers. Ossuaries can fetch fairly high prices in the antiquities market. And in October 2002, a chalky limestone ossuary surfaced from a private collection. It bore the inscription, James, son of Joseph, brother of Jesus. Oded Golan, a well-known collector, stated that he had bought the ossuary from an Arab antiquities dealer in the old city of Jerusalem decades before, but had been unaware of the significance of the inscription.
It was among the first ossuaries that I have in my collection. I didn't put any special attention to this ossuary because the 3 names which are mentioned on the ossuary, which are Yaakov, Yosef, and Yeshua, are very common name in the 1st century. And therefore I couldn't even think that it could belong to the family of Jesus. And at the same time, I never knew that Jesus had a brother or siblings of any kind.
After Jesus' death, his brother James took over his ministry and gathered a large following as the undisputed leader of the Jesus movement, as well as the Jewish Pharisees. And 1st century Jewish historian Josephus spends more time on James than on Jesus. But just like his brother Jesus, it was fear of his religious popularity and influence that led to his death. In what was widely viewed as an act of judicial murder, the temple high priest Ananus condemned James and had him executed in Jerusalem by stoning. The numerous accounts of James's life show an early Christian of such importance that if it was at all possible, he would most certainly have been laid beside Jesus in death. It wasn't until 2002 that a highly credited scholar viewed Oded Golan's collection and suggested that the James ossuary might belong to the family of Jesus of Nazareth. And so began what is now a famous controversy, a battle of scholars and science over the authenticity of the James ossuary.
The James ossuary, where did it come from? The collector who owned it, Oded Golan, well publicized, says he got it around 1980. Sometimes he said before or after, but hey, around 1980. Our tomb was discovered in 1980. There's a missing ossuary. The Israeli Antiquities can't find it. Now, maybe they'll find it in the back of a warehouse. But I checked the dimensions. I was just curious. The missing ossuary was cataloged. It's just gone. The dimensions of that ossuary are the same as the James ossuary. Now, a lot of people have concluded, experts, that the James ossuary is a forgery. But nobody says it's all a forgery. And the position now of the Israel Antiquities Authority is that it originally said James, son of Joseph. I would be fine with that. I mean, you think about it. We've got these 6 names. If the James, son of Joseph, forget brother of Jesus. See what the ossuary says, James, son of Joseph, brother of Jesus. Some people say, well, the brother of Jesus, maybe that was added. It wouldn't matter. Obviously, it'd be the brother of Jesus. You got a Jesus, a Joseph, a James, son of Joseph, if it were from this tomb. Now, we're speculating, but the time is right, the name is right, and that, I think, would really make it fairly clear that this is the Jesus family.
But what would it take to determine whether the James ossuary originated in the Talpiot tomb? The date and the